So we have another question for you. You once mentioned also that you lived with your sister. You were living with your younger sister. Let me put the question where. In this generation, with what we are seeing online and the informations that we get from people personally, you lived with your younger sister and you were focused. You didn't have reasons to do things that you know that can land you in problem. Sir, how were you able to live with your sister? Look, and not just that you're a man, an African man. You know, I'm a man now.
It wasn't actually my intention to live with my younger sister at the time.
I know.
And I relocated, or when I finished my youth service, I stayed where I did my service and worked for about 6 years. As at that time, I got my first master's, and I wanted to relocate.
Sorry, you were already a master degree holder?
Yes, at the time.
Okay.
At the time. So I told my sister that, I've stayed enough here. I've stayed a long time here. I was actually in Bauchi State.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in Bauchi State at the time. I said, I want to come with some of my friends to Lagos. We're going to Lagos now to start a new life. I was doing a youth service in Abuja.
Oh.
Yeah.
God.
So going to Lagos, how am I going to survive? I said, like 4 or 5 of us, we just come together, stay in one room. We just start to look for a job, be hustling, whatever is going to happen, let it happen. They said, okay, how about if I come to Abuja? I said, where in Abuja? I don't know anywhere in Abuja. She said, we can stay together. I said, but you are not working. You are just a copper. Okay? So you are not working right now. She said, well, she's going to finish. When she finished, we can stay together. So, okay, I will think about it. Let's see how it goes. Eventually, that was what happened. Instead of going to Lagos, I moved to Abuja. She was in the one small room, with one tiny bed.
Ooh.
She was also a big girl.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
That house rent is very expensive.
So we were in Cuba.
Cuba is still fairly expensive.
We were in Cuba and we were in that room together. We're staying there. Yeah. We have to cope. Yes, we have to, because we don't have a choice at that time. If you want to go far, I think is a good thing to be humble.
Wow.
She also was. She's a very nice woman. She's a very nice woman. She stood for me, did everything for me. It was not easy. No job. I took advantage of that situation, and I was going to church all the time. Sometimes you can just walk in the evenings for like 30 minutes to 1 hour to get to church.
Wow.
Every time we just go to church. You're coming back, do the same thing. As at the time you get home in the evening,
you're already exhausted.
In the morning, you go and read newspaper. Looking
for you did that stuff.
Go and stay with the vendors. Yes, those vendors at the junction.
At the junction.
They are just talking, arguing, and all that. Wow. That was what actually a couple of years. Then when things turn around and I got a place, I got a job, I got a better job, I said, okay, it's now my time. So you now come and live with me. So we now started staying together.
The tables can turn. Did you hear that?
It can turn.
Wow.
It can turn. She applied to travel to abroad twice. Her visa was denied. Her visa was denied. So when I started thinking of traveling to go and study, I had this work visa that will allow you go with a family.
Independence.
Yes. Okay. So that was how I now travel. And I invited her.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
People have stories, when we see people, we just think that, maybe manna just fell from heaven and they are just having fun, they are just enjoying. But there are so many stories behind what you see. Every successful man has a story that you don't know. That's why, as we admire people, don't just admire them. Try to learn something from them. Sometimes you can go to great people and ask them about their stories. Don't just be interested in their success, because a lot has happened over time. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you.
And I'm happy that your stories are inspiring me personally to know that people can still be very humble as an African man, we never can tell we'll be watching this. So if you don't have an apartment of your own, it is possible for you to live with your younger sister, and later you will still be the one to keep her in your house. You know, just like what happened in the case of Doctor.